Can you hear us all right?
Nope. We can't hear you.
Can you hear us now? Oh, you can hear us, but we can't hear Todd. Okay.
We're the new hosts.
What's up, Oak and Agave? Todd, this happens to us all the time.
I know, it happens so often. I feel like I've just come to terms with people just staring at me and not knowing what I'm saying.
Yep, I know that feeling.
What's everyone drinking tonight?
I mean, we're gonna ask that question too in a little
I
bit.
know. We have our blind flight.
Yeah, so cheers, new host. Todd was nice enough to send us a flight pack, so we're actually really excited for this.
I know. I'm super excited. There is zero information as well.
I like it.
I know.
It's gonna challenge me to put my palate to the test, see if I could suss out what's in here.
That reminds me, I should also join the live stream.
Todd, if you're in trouble, wink 3 times. So who all we got in here? Looks like the chat's very active.
I know, it's super. Trevor Trost. Hi, Trevor. The bourbon guy.
We got David drinking Old Forester single barrel 100 proof. Amazing.
Nice. That's my favorite.
Those are pretty rare nowadays. Ooh, Jack Daniel's 14. We just picked one of those up.
I know. It's on our new shelf. Uh-oh. I see Todd super sad.
Yeah. Audio messing up is the worst. You feel so frustrated when it happens. I wonder.
Can you hear me? This thing is screwing up.
Yes.
There we
What's
go.
going on here? Jeez, this thing's a mess. You know, ever since I moved to Restream, I've been having these problems with audio. I might have to go back to StreamYard.
Yeah, but it's so pricey for no reason.
Yeah. A lot of these
Yeah.
streaming sites
You know,
are
I got-
ridiculously expensive.
I've got somebody else trying to join the live stream, it looks like.
Oh,
I
surprise guest.
don't know. Oh, let's see.
Oh, I pronounced your name right, Trevor? Awesome.
I'm getting like a pop.
Oh, there's 2 Devons now.
A double dose of Devon.
Double dose of Devon. I feel like that's his new screen name.
I'm gonna mess with the monitor a little bit while we're getting everything set up.
Thank you.
Don't you worry, my friend. It happens all the time.
Hey, it happens.
Okay, so this works. Oops.
Mhm.
All right. So I'll give you guys a little information just on samples I sent. Everybody out there, I'm sorry about having. Now Devin disappeared. We were going to surprise come up. And now he's like been disconnected, it looks like. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Or
Uh-oh. I can still hear you.
We can hear you.
You can hear me? Okay. So
Yes.
everyone out there, connection lost, reconnecting.
Oh no, we can still see you.
So connection lost. This thing is going nuts. Okay. Everybody out there, we have Bonding Over Bourbon is our guest tonight. They are a husband and wife couple from Chicago who have a whiskey tube channel. I've been following them for a little while now. They do a lot of like hunting videos and like kind of like we do, reviews and stuff like that as well. But you do more of the Chicago area, whereas I usually do more down in Kentucky or Tennessee and stuff like that. So thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having us. We were just in Kentucky, and we did one hunting video that will be dropping very soon.
Hello. Now, where did you go? There he is. You find me all right? So, guys, yeah, we see you now.
All right. I still
so Devin was able to come and,
but I'm here.
Yeah. Devin was able to surprise everybody. If you guys don't know, Chris and Kat, Devin is the one I do the YouTube channel with, but he is in the military and he has been on deployment. So he hasn't really been around lately. So he was able to drop in tonight. He said he's going to be able to stick with us a little bit.
Nice.
Awesome. Thank you for your
we
service,
just thought we'd
Devin.
surprise him.
Thanks, guys. Welcome aboard. So
Thank you.
Thank you. We're happy to be here.
So I cannot drink tonight because I am on orders. However, I will enjoy watching you guys enjoy some beverages for me, and hope to have a good time. So I'll be here for a little bit, and then we got some meetings and chow and stuff like that to get to. I'm 2 hours behind everyone, but glad to see everyone, and let's get a show on the road.
Where are you stationed right now?
We're at in New Mexico for right now.
Okay.
But that's all I can say. I can't say too much more. But
aliens. That's all.
That's right.
That's all I have.
Maybe we should.
I'm trying to figure out.
So I sent.
Anyway, go ahead.
I sent Chris and Kat a blind. I sent them 5 samples. I didn't tell them anything about it, what it's going to be, but I'll just give you a little hint now. They are all single barrels. They're all under 120 proof, and they're all a whiskey. But they could be Canadian, rye, single malts. I'm not saying what they are, but they're all single barrels under 120 proof.
All right.
I love the challenge.
I know. Okay. I'm going to double check my glasses that I lined these up correctly.
Paul said to tell the neighborhood kids to get off the Xbox. I don't know. I've had a lot of problems tonight with my connection.
Yeah, we were struggling with audio just before we jumped on too, and we couldn't figure out how to make it work. And like right at the final buzzer, like literally at 5 o'clock our time, we're like, okay, cool,
let's go
right into the stream.
Yeah, you and Devin popped in at the same time, like a minute before we were supposed to go live, and I start trying to bring people in, and things just started going haywire.
Oh no, yeah. Sometimes the internet sucks, you know.
Yeah, for sure. So we're gonna go through this, and I'd like you guys. I mean, I know obviously what's what, but you guys can give us your notes and kind of tell us what you think and rank these, and then I'll kind of reveal what they are at the end.
Awesome. All right, divvying them up right now. You also tape them really well.
Yeah,
getting the electrical tape off of them.
Yeah, I hope it's not too. I don't want them to leak. I had some leak one time, and ever since then I tape them up really good. So.
No,
David
they
said,
did not leak at all.
He said he's anxious. It's Todd's mixed bag blind. That's kind of what it is.
This should hopefully be about even.
Yeah, that looks good.
Okay.
Tracy says she's sipping on the Beer Foundation Double Barrel. I've been looking for that. I haven't found it yet. I'm still trying to get one.
I don't think we've seen it in our market yet.
Yeah, it's so hard for us to find barrel around us other than like the staple shelfers.
Yeah, and Chicago's like so far behind the other markets. Most of the time when stuff drops in like Tennessee, Kentucky, Texas, like Ohio, we're like almost a month behind. So it's kind of a nightmare because we're always trying to keep up with the content that's coming out, and we want to be like amongst the first to review something, but it almost never happens.
I'm sure you're ahead of Ohio because we get stuff so late. We just got Coy Hill released about 3 weeks ago. Last year's Coy Hill just got here about 3 weeks ago. Yeah, that's how long they held it.
Oh my god,
that's insane.
Trevor said it's all Caribou Crossing. I promise you it's not Caribou Crossing.
We had a blind that one of our subscribers sent us that 3 of them were stag.
No, all of them were stag.
Well, one of them was a different store pick, but like a majority of them were stag, and we blew our palette out on the first 3, which were stag.
Devin can't comment, but he said hi, everyone.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to figure this thing out. Like,
we hear you now.
Those comments. What's that?
Oh, you can't see the comments. You can't see them?
No, I can see them, but then if I see the comments, I can't see you guys. But then if I try to comment, I don't even know where to go to comment on this new app or whatnot. I'm like, I got camera, I got back camera, I got sound, but I don't see where to comment on here. And then if I don't want to leave because then I don't want to have it where it gives me an issue when I went to like open a new window because it's going through like Messenger right now. It's weird.
Oh, I don't know. I've never looked at it like on the phone. I just do it on the computer.
Yeah.
All right. So, you guys ready? You got all your samples poured, or?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we cheated and went.
I know.
The first
actually
taste.
already tasted mine.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
No, I was too excited.
I blame the ADHD.
I know. I'm like, I can't wait.
This one's got a really long finish on it.
It does.
Talking A, the first one. You're on the first one still, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't want to say anything because I don't want to give anything away because I know what they are. I got the bottles right here beside me. It's off camera.
So they're under 120 proof single barrels. Is that right?
Okay.
Well, yes, they're all single barrels, all under 120 proof, and they are all a whiskey, some kind or another.
Can we ask eliminating questions, or do you want us to wait until the end?
I guess you can ask some questions. I might not answer them. I guess it depends how much of a giveaway it would be.
I'm not going to go for like the spin the wheel to guess the Wheel of Fortune puzzle. But I'm wondering if this is a double oaked.
A?
Yeah.
No, it is not a double oak.
Okay.
Is it a Buffalo Trace product?
I don't think this is Buffalo Trace.
It is not Buffalo Trace.
Okay.
Can I guess without even knowing what it is?
Take a guess. What is it, Devin?
Is it a hard truth product?
It is not. It is not a hard truth product.
I had a good guess. You know, it was a good guess. I don't know.
Okay, maybe I should ask the right question that we're all missing. The obvious one: is this American? Like
yes, it is made in America.
Made in America.
It's made in America.
I think I might know what it is then.
Maybe. I kind of think that it's like a rye because of the finish. I don't know.
I don't get a lot of florality or pepperiness to it.
I get a little pepperiness, definitely on like my tongue. But this is also my first drink of the day, so maybe everything just tastes really spicy to me right now.
Well, we can just kind of go through them and you guys kind of get your notes and, then kind of rank them and figure it out after that. Just
yeah.
I'm going to pull up my notebook.
I don't even know what they are till the end.
I would find it so funny if you also
didn't know
what
any of these were. I can tell you this. Some of these I absolutely know you've had.
Okay.
Some of these I absolutely know you haven't.
Oh.
So
into it.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. At least I would bet you have not had some of these because they're smaller distilleries.
Smaller.
Patrick, get in on the answers here. Smaller.
I mean, there are a lot of small distilleries, so you could throw us through a loop for a lot of these.
Right.
Spoiler alert, they're all Middle West.
You guys move on to B.
Yeah. It's really sweet on the nose.
Oh, yeah.
Like butterscotch.
Yeah, that.
I'm going to throw a Hail Mary here. I get a lot of cream cheese on the nose. Is this
Frey Ranch?
Frey Ranch single barrel whiskey?
No. Good guess, but not
okay.
Free Ranch. But what's your notes? What all do you get on the nose on that? You said cream cheese?
I definitely got a ton of cream cheese. Yeah.
I got butterscotch.
That's interesting. I get the butterscotch. Yeah, for sure.
It's like a funky kind of butterscotch where it's not like traditional like Werther's. I'm getting more of like a homemade, like, I don't know, you put raw milk in there instead of like
a Tres Leche.
Yeah, maybe. I can see Tres Leche.
Anna, Devin has had all but one of these.
Ooh.
I've had all but one.
All but one of these. Is it a Michter's? No, there's no Michter's. You cut out. I think he said, "Is it Michter's?" Michter's is his favorite distillery. That's why he said
Yeah,
that.
It's one of my. I'm not gonna say it's my favorite, but it's pretty good.
Michter hardly
Pretty good one.
So, what are your tasting notes on B? What's your tasting notes on B?
I'm getting more on the nose than I was on the palate. The palate is a little more
subdued.
Yeah, it's really subdued, a little sour, a little bitter.
Yeah, a touch bitter, but not a lot. It has like a drying oak kind of bitterness to it.
Old Glory. I'm just guessing. I have no idea.
I don't have no Glory single barrel. I just have their bottle and bond.
So they're all single barrels, and I've had all but one of these, and they're under
That's right.
120 proof.
Correct.
Ooh.
I'm gonna guess it is Western Reserve Distillers single barrel.
It is not.
Oh. So close.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys ready to move on to C?
Off to C.
Okay.
These all smell like really familiar, but not familiar. And it's really throwing me off.
This one's kind of
I'm over
funky
here.
on the nose.
I'm just trying to guess because I can't have it.
Well,
So
I'm sorry, what did you say about the nose?
A little funky.
I get a
Little
little
funky.
acetone.
it's Elijah Craig.
I was going to say Old Forester. I always get acetone with Old Forester.
Interesting. I never got acetone on Old Forester.
Now you will.
Now
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, there it is.
I don't get that. I don't get that on this one.
See?
Maybe you guys didn't sniff enough nail polish remover in your young years.
I guess not.
She does it once a week to keep her senses sharp.
Yeah, just to make sure to really remember.
Clear your nasal passages.
Yeah, and I go through all the different brands too. You know, you have to be like, this is definitely private label acetone.
Mhm.
What are you getting?
I don't know. I get like a kind of dusty funkiness to it, but not like dusty whiskey, like Dusty Barrel House.
Yeah, I can see Dusty Barrel House.
Wild Turkey single barrel.
I'm maybe going to say Green River Bourbon.
It's not. It's not Green River, no.
Damn it.
I'm just gonna start guessing ridiculous things. I'm gonna be like, this is a Pappy single barrel.
I don't know. I get like some baking spice on the palate. I get like a little butterscotch and baking spice.
A little butterscotch.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I get a little like cinnamon and clove.
Is it New Riff?
And it's got
Oh,
it's got a really nice mouthfeel.
It does.
I think.
It has a nice pepperiness to it too.
Yeah. I get like heavy baking spice on this one.
I'm gonna guess New Riff.
Yeah.
Is it New
Am I
Riff?
right?
This one is New Riff.
Oh. Which New Riff is it though? That's the question.
Yeah. Are any of these store picks?
It is gonna be our barrel pick. I'm guessing.
They're not store picks. They're group picks.
Nice.
Okay. Nice.
The New Riff's a group pick.
This one's really tasty.
Yeah.
Todd, is it our barrel pick?
I'm going to reveal at the end, Devin. Stop trying to ruin everything.
I also get on tea, I get red hots on the nose as well.
Yeah. A little bit.
on which one? On C?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, red hots for a second.
Good note. Good note.
Okay, I'm going to D. Ooh.
I don't get a ton on the nose for this
Yeah,
one.
I get ethanol.
I'm gonna try to guess these off of everyone else's notes at the end.
I got
Oh, no, I think D's oaky. I get a lot of oakiness on the nose.
I get like soft oak, but maybe my nose is a little clogged up today.
a lot of ethanol. No fruitiness, a
Here's
little
Mr. Mom.
tanniny.
Cheers, Mr. Mom. Thanks for joining us.
Mr. Mom.
Hi, Mr. Mom.
We love Mr. Mom.
Ooh. That one's also very peppery.
Is this one Canadian?
No, it is not Canadian.
Interesting.
Is it a rye?
Mm. It's a bourbon.
It's a bourbon. Okay.
This one's a bourbon. It's a bourbon.
Interesting.
It's a spicy bourbon. Is this closer to the 120 proof than the others?
Yes.
Okay, that's where I'm getting the heat from.
Yeah.
Is it a weeder?
No, it's just a regular, just
Okay.
standard bourbon.
I get like an almost breadiness on the palate.
I like the mouthfeel on this one.
Mm-hmm.
It lingers for a long time. Whew. It's got spice to it.
Is this from Texas?
Ooh.
No,
Okay.
it's not Texas.
This kind of reminds me of some of the Still Austin like store picks that we've had.
That might be a pretty good comparison. I've never done these two this side by side with the Still Austin. I might have to try that.
It's good though. It's got so much like rye pepperiness on the front of the palate. I feel it all over my lips.
Yeah, there's a ton of it. It really does linger for a long time on the palate.
Yeah, it's got a great mouthfeel. I think it does. David, you're open a Jack Daniel's single barrel proof. That's always a good pour.
Yeah.
I love Jack Daniel's.
That one's so good.
Speaking of which, I watched your guys' video today on the JD14. I just opened mine last night.
Nice.
And had it for the first time.
Nice. What are your thoughts?
I think it is probably going to be whiskey of the year. I thought it was like drinking a dessert.
Yeah.
And the taste just stayed in your mouth forever. It was like caramel and brownie cooked together with a banana with a little bit of cherry and cinnamon. And it was just absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it's delicious. It's like oaky, but not overly oaked. There's like a nice balance in there.
It has that sweet oak.
Yep.
Yeah. It
has that sweet oak. Yeah.
It rides like a very thin line of being like the right amount of oak, which we called out in the review. It's like so nice to see something that tastes pretty sweet on the palate also end pretty dry, because I don't know about you guys, but I absolutely hate when something is just sweet from start to finish. I feel like it lacks some like round complexity, and like I can't drink a lot of Canadian ryes for that. I can't drink like a lot of like really high wheaters for that. Like the Bardstown tan label, the highest wheat. I enjoy it, but for me, there's like too much wheat content.
I like that one.
So like I'll reach for it every once in a while, but the finish just falls off a cliff so quickly.
Yeah.
Is this from
Tracy, I have not tried the Old Hammer.
Oh,
Old Hammer or whatever
Hammer
it's
is
called.
great.
I've seen it, but I have not tried it. She just asked if I've ever had it, or
this guy.
if you guys have had it. Well, they've got it right there.
We
so,
love it.
Yeah, I've not had it.
If you have any trouble getting it, you reach out to us an email.
I've seen it in Kentucky. I haven't really seen it here in Ohio, but I've just never grabbed it.
Especially for the price.
Brad,
It's
the
so
Jack
good.
14 entering the trunk sample. I don't know about that one, Brad. That one's precious right now. I don't have a backup.
Yeah, that's probably my like highest want bottle right now is the 14 year. Like I'm gonna have to try to find it while I'm gone or something like that. Or
But that was my number one of this year for sure.
Yep, same. We asked for it for like 6 months. We really, really wanted it.
Yeah, our store that we have a relationship with, every time we would go in, like maybe every other time, we'd be like, any word yet? Are you guys going to get it? Like, I know it got pushed back. Like, do you know when it's coming out? And we went this last Saturday, and they were like, oh, sorry, I can't give that to you, but I have this tenure if you want it. And I'm like, dude, we come here every week. Like, we talk to you for like an hour. Like, we're friends beyond this. Like, come on, man. I was like, that's fine. We'll just take our business elsewhere.
Yeah. So we got it. Surprise. Here's a video.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, if you're paying, I see that Bourbon guy, if you're paying $2.20 for it, I think it's kind of worth it at that price. I wouldn't go any higher than that.
Your guys, for your YouTube, it's literally at Bonding Over Bourbon, right? I was
Yes,
going to put in
yeah,
your
put it
link.
in the comments, but I don't think it's showing up here, which is fine. Is this an Old Bones product?
Well, Old Bones is that one.
No, I don't know Old Bones. I haven't heard of that one.
A lot of hybrid
I'm
stuff.
familiar.
Paul has one.
Old Bones is MGP. I think
Old
most
Dragon
of what
Bones. That's what Paul has.
I think most of the Old Bones are Canadian, but there might be some American.
Okay, do you want to move on to the last one?
Let's do it.
So
Go to E.
immediately
Ooh,
on the nose, is this one finished?
that one has to be
No.
finished.
It is not
it?
finished.
Is this a
It
Sagamore?
is not. It is a Sagamore.
Nailed
Yeah.
it.
Oh.
It's not finished.
I didn't even
It's not
taste
finished.
it.
Not finished though.
Funky
Very
apple.
good. Very good call.
Whoa.
Oh, all right. Do I have to take a sip?
Wow. That one just takes like backflips and double handsprings on the palate. That one's wild. This is
I'm a Sagamore fan, so
yeah,
Oh,
same.
yeah.
We have a
So
ton of
many.
them back here.
Yeah.
yeah, I've got
It is.
a bunch of them back here behind me. You can't see them, but yeah, for sure.
What's your favorite Sagamore? Unless
Off
it's
the
giving
shelf.
away. Yeah, off
Yeah,
the
if it's
shelf.
just off the shelf, the double oak.
The
Okay.
double oak is so good.
Yeah,
We really like the Manhattan finish.
If you're a Manhattan drinker, it is so good, and that's definitely my palate.
yeah. The sherry finish is pretty good too, but the double oak's definitely my favorite from the off the shelf products.
Yeah, we have the Manhattan, the maple, the sherry, and the port.
Yeah.
All of the regular releases are solid, but I think Sagamore is like our prime tater label, where we're like, if we could get the regular one and it's sitting on the shelf all the time. Why would we want that one? Let's go for like the seasonal release, the ones that are supposed to be distillery only, but for whatever reason, Binny's in Chicago still gets them. Yeah. This isn't one of their bourbon picks, is it?
No, it is not.
It's a rye.
Yeah, it doesn't drink like characteristic Sagamore. This one drinks like almost more bourbon drinker rye.
Yeah. It's really tasty. It's
I'm gonna guess
funky.
it's a 9-year single barrel.
Oh,
Just guessing from over here.
Devin, Tracy says you can send all the mixtures to her. She'll take care of it.
Okay. Yeah, I got to get rid of the stuff, you know. Well, hey,
so what do you guys think if you were going to rank these?
oh,
I would definitely need to do a second pass
Okay.
for this.
Well, go right. Well, take your time. Go right ahead. While you do that, I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the stuff we got coming up.
Yeah.
So anybody in the chat who doesn't know, we are going to be doing our second barrel pick next month. We are going to be doing a barrel pick at Hard Truth. Of a Hard Truth Sweet Mash Rye. And that we have 5 spots open on the barrel pick team that we will be giveaway for our Patreons, our premium Patreon members. So we'll be picking 5 members at random to join us. So if you're out there and you're interested in being on the pick and you're not a premium Patreon member, you should go sign up. And because we're drawing those winners next Thursday. So they'll get to join us. And I do have an itinerary from Hard Truth. So we're going to show up at 2:00 and we do a distillery tour. At 3:00, we're going to do the barrel pick. At 4:00, we're going to go eat at their restaurant. And then at 6:00, they're taking us on an ATV tour of their grounds.
ooh.
So it's got like a whole thing set up for us. They're being really great to us. So, you know, if you're interested and you're not a Patreon, go ahead and go sign up and have a chance to win a spot on that barrel pick.
I want to sign up for it.
Yeah, I want an ATV tour.
Go join our
Put my name
Patreon.
in the hat.
Hey, go join our Patreon.
Over there.
That's true. Everyone
Tracy-
click on that Patreon. Click.
She said, Tracy said she had a lot of good things about Hard Truth. I think Hard Truth is amazing. I think they're fantastic for a younger distillery that's doing all their own stuff. You know, they're not sourcing. I like their bourbons. I really like their Sweet Mash Rye. So I'm a big fan of Hard Truth. I think they're going. Yeah, that 4-grain bottled and bond is absolutely fantastic. So I'm a big fan of them. I'm real happy we're getting in to do a barrel pick and trying to build a relationship because when they do start doing barrel picks for their bourbon, I want to be close to the top of that list to get in there. Right now, they only do their ryes. Am I accepting bribes for the spot on the pick? No bribes. Just whatever your Patreon tier is, that's how many entries you'd have. So
Hey, we don't call them bribes anymore. They're called tips.
Yeah, tips.
You don't have to claim them on your taxes.
yeah, no overtime. No overtime on those.
All right, I think I've got my ranking down. What about you?
You go first.
Well, I mean, we should probably be ready to do it together.
I'm ready, but I'm going to do it at the last minute.
Let's go. Your last place.
So my last place is C. I liked it, but
Okay.
a couple of things just kind of pushed it down a little bit further in the ranks. I put down butterscotch, heavy baking spice, a little sweetness, and high rye. That was about all of what I could pull out of it.
I also have C as my bottom, just because.
That is our new riff
Ooh.
pick that we did. Yep.
I'm sorry.
So it's a new riff.
Sorry, new riff.
I did say I really liked it, but I couldn't pull a lot of like distinct flavors out of it.
I liked it, but the nose, it kept changing for me. Like at first it was sweet, at least like the second sniff it was like more savory. It kept changing, so I didn't know what to get out of it, which is sometimes nice out of a bourbon.
Sure.
But for this one, I thought that there were others that kind of like bumped up the other ones.
That was actually been my second place, but it's
Oh.
115.7 proof, and it's a pick we did in January.
It's still
Okay.
delicious.
Yeah, it's still very solid. Like none of these that you gave us are bad.
No.
I would definitely buy basically all of these.
Oh yeah, instantly. Okay, Chris.
Okay. Next one, your fourth place.
Fourth place, I put A. I put peppery, long finish, a little peanutty. I also put Elijah Craig ?
Elijah Craig, nope. A was Wild Turkey Kentucky Spirit.
Oh, interesting. A
Warehouse
was,
M.
That explains it. Okay. The
Yeah.
pepperiness, the light peanut note. Yep, that's really on brand.
I like that one. I felt like it was a nice starter. Something like you could drink all the time.
Yeah.
And not have to like blow out your palate. You would be fine just like taking this to a party and like sipping it neat all night. So I have this as my second.
Second place?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. But what's your fourth?
My fourth was D. I thought the nose was off-putting to me with the acetone that no one else got except for me. And then the palate was a little too oaky for me overall.
D is Western Reserve Single Barrel Bourbon 10-year.
Oh.
It is 118.78 proof. This is a distillery here in Ohio. It's up by Cleveland.
Interesting.
So we actually went there and we went and did a video and stuff. I actually like this bottle. I like it. It's got quite a bit of spice to it. I like the spice.
It does have a ton of spice.
Yeah, different barrel though from that distillery, but I got this 116 proof one or whatnot. But I like that one too. So
it's like very dusty.
Yeah.
Smelling. Like it tastes like it's like older than it actually is.
Yeah, for sure.
And like I would equate this to more of like a whiskey from like the 70s and 80s rather than like a current whiskey.
Yeah. It's like around 10 to 12 years old, depending on the barrels, but he puts 10 years on them for him. So
interesting. Yeah. If it wasn't for like the super tannic oak in it, I probably would have put it higher, but that kept pulling me back in my ranking.
You thought it was tannic?
Yeah, a little.
Interesting.
Yeah, I didn't get that. I didn't get any tannins on that. I get just a lot of spice on it. Spice, a little bit of sweetness on the front of the palate.
Definitely sweet.
Yeah, it's got like a sweet oak to it. Like this tastes almost like French oak, where you get like a little bit of the vanilla and like the slight bitterness to it. But it's not overwhelming because the vanilla kind of balances it out.
Yeah, I'm always very sensitive to oak. I think that's usually like what usually separates us from whiskeys. If it's overly oaked, then I'm just like, I'm out.
Except for Russell's 15, Jack Daniel's 14.
If it has a nice balance to it.
Stag, you pick one. We have a couple to share.
Okay.
I've got a whole row stacked back there.
If you ever want to do a sample swap, we're here for that.
Oh yeah.
All right, yeah. Let me know. I've got 15, 18, and then all the ones after 18. So the 22s, 23s, 24s, of those. All right, so which ones do you have next? Third place.
Third place? I put B. The cream cheese nose was very interesting. Lots of rye spice. Sweet, slightly drying oak, slightly bitter finish. It had just enough complexity to make me keep wanting to come back to it. And I think I got this one down to like maybe a third full in no time.
Okay, so that one is Lake Erie Distillery. Their straight bourbon, the Champion's Choice. It is 116 proof. It's a 6-year single barrel. This is another distillery. Yeah, it's right up. It's about 45 minutes from my house, up towards Cleveland. So yeah, and they only distribute in Ohio. They're not outside of Ohio.
Nice. Do you mind either enlarging your screen or putting it closer so I can get a good look at it?
See if I can. I'll try to enlarge my screen. Let's see if it freaks out.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, I've never seen that brand.
Okay, yeah, this is one that we're definitely going to keep an eye out for. I actually really like this.
Yeah. That
Yeah,
one.
I think that one's only a distillery pick, so you can only get it at the
You
distillery.
can only get it at the distillery. So,
Of
like, if you
course.
really want one, I can go get you a bottle. We can get you a bottle and get it to you if you want one.
Nice.
I
Yeah,
mean,
you can only
let's
get them
talk
at
after
the
this.
Give us a break for this month here.
Yeah, this whole shelf down here that you can't see is full of stuff that we got from Kentucky.
Kentucky hurt us, but it also enriched us.
Yeah, Kentucky. Those trips can be expensive. I've done several of them for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so second place.
Oh wait, did you say your third?
Mine was also B as well.
Oh, nice.
For a third. Yeah.
Look at that. Second place, I put D, which you
Yes,
already
you
revealed.
had the Western Reserve
Yeah,
as
and
your
I think I've
second
actually,
place.
I think I've seen that sitting on a shelf before, like in probably the south suburbs or like maybe closer to the western
I
suburbs
think
here.
so. It looks familiar.
Yeah, like
Pretty
that.
distinctive bottle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is why I remember it.
Or like a 4-year or 6-year bourbon sometimes is what you'll see.
Yeah, they have like a small batch, and they have like a 6-year small batch, and they do a bunch of tequilas and stuff as well. But then they have this is the 10-year single barrel, and they have a 20-year sherry finished as well.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Interesting.
That was-
Okay.
Are all of their bottles like kind of in the same packaging? Like they all have the same
Yes,
design
it's
and everything?
the same bottle with just different labels. Yeah,
Gotcha.
same bottle shape
Okay.
with different labels.
That would make sense. We've definitely seen that somewhere before. I think we saw a tequila with that bottle shape before.
Yeah, David says that Lake Erie Distillery is like 15 minutes from his house, so he lives right over there.
All right.
I'm jealous now. That's it. We're moving to Ohio.
So what was your number 2, Kat?
My number 2 was the Kentucky Spirit.
Oh, so
which
A,
was-
Kentucky Spirit.
Yep.
Okay, so that means you both settled on the winner as the Sagamore Spirit.
It's
Private
so good.
barrel. This one, you guys know what the whiskey thieves are? You've heard of the whiskey thieves?
Yeah.
There's Sagamore Spirits, the group you can join and become a member of the Whiskey Thieves, and you get like emails from them and stuff. This was a pick done by that group
Oh,
nice.
2 years ago. So this was a Whiskey Thieves barrel pick.
It's very solid.
it is. It has a nice like richness to it. It's sweet and savory. It's not overly oaked. It's super tasty.
Yeah, it's pretty damn good.
Yeah, I like it. I think that one I've had is a little bit malty. It's got a little bit of malt in it that I don't
Yeah, for sure.
get on a lot of the others, but it's not over like an earthy malt. And then it's got a real that nice rye spice. But
Yeah.
I'm a fan of the Sagamore private barrels for sure. That's probably my favorite thing from them is their private barrels. Off the shelf, it's the double oak, but the private barrels are usually really solid from them, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
We don't get a ton of them around here. Like we get all the distillery only stuff that apparently isn't supposed to leave from them, which we just take for granted until people tell us, and we're like, oh, well, I have it right here, so I don't know what that's about. But when it comes to single barrels, like store picks, stuff like that,
we don't see them.
We've seen one.
Yeah.
Really, that's all.
Yeah,
I've seen quite a bit of them down in Kentucky, but up here. So I don't know if you really know how Ohio operates. And Tracy, we'll talk. I mean, if you want a bottle, we'll get it. We'll get you set up. In Ohio, it's state controlled, right? So here, everything, all the alcohol, the hard spirits are actually owned by the state, and they distribute it out to the retailers. So everything that comes in has to go to their warehouses, and so the stores are not allowed to do barrel picks. The state does picks. So the state will go and do the barrel picks and then distribute that barrel out to different stores as they see fit. So any kind of pick you're getting in Ohio outside of a restaurant would be an Ohio pick. Anything you buy in the store is going to be picked by the state. So we call them OHLQ picks.
Right.
Interesting. I don't know if I trust the state to pick good barrels. Unless
Well, there's a lot of contention about that because there's a lot of talk that really they just contact the distillery and say, send us 5 barrels and let the distillery pick it. So they're not actually going on site most of the time.
11-year, 9 months that they sent, and I was like, holy cow, 11-year, 9 month E.H. Taylor single barrel. I mean that can't be. It was pretty good. So
no, it was very good.
Yeah.
Some of the Jack picks have been really good too. But I think from what I've heard, they let the distilleries pick. So it's really on the distillery if they want to send you a random barrel or if they really want to try to pick something that's decent or how they want to do it.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's hard to mess up a Jack pick, honestly.
Yeah, I
so
agree.
many good ones.
I agree. Yeah.
Are you
I think out of all
bourbon or
the
rye?
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Are either of you team bourbon or team rye for Jack Daniels?
Yes.
Rye. I mean, I like them both. The ryes are just on a different level. Although the single barrel Tennessee whiskey, it's probably one of my top 3 shelfers as well. But I really their ryes may be my favorite rye outside of some specialty bottles like a Thomas H. Handy or something like that.
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah, their ryes just hit way different.
They're so good.
We've gotten to the point of
Absolutely.
figuring out which barrel houses that we like the ryes from, and now we like exclusively look for those barrel houses. So we figured out the Coy Hills. We actually figured out where Tanyard Hill is.
We freeze.
And the information like isn't available. They haven't posted it publicly, but I know it's at least 1.6 for the Tanyard Hill single barrels. So if you ever just see a bunch of them on a shelf, just check the neck. You might find the unofficial Tanyard Hill pick.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I have one from a Coy Hill. I have a Coy Hill pick, one of the Heroes selections.
Yeah, those are supposed to be amazing.
Oh, it is. It absolutely is amazing. Absolutely.
We have a Coy Hill pick from a liquor store that's in Wisconsin, right over the border from us. And it is insanely good. And it is 139,
I think.
39 proof.
It is.
Nice. I think my highest went 137.8.
Sorry, this is 137.1.
Okay.
We also had the chance to get a 139 from, I think it was like 113, Barrel House 113, and we got like that close to getting it, but again, our Kentucky trip kind of killed it. We have so many like hidden gem things that don't leave Kentucky that I was like, all right, we need 2 of this, we need 2 of that one, we need a gift for a friend who has a podcast. Like, let's just keep on tallying up things and giving out whatever we feel like giving out. So we're gonna do some giveaways on our lives.
Yeah.
So anything that we open, we're probably going to give out at least a couple samples.
Yeah, Trevor pointed out, and he's talking about Ohio and how they distribute the bottles when they do like barrel picks, because they spread it across the whole state. Like individual stores can't do it. Each store maybe only gets 1 case. So like when they do Ultra and they distribute that among like 100 different stores. So the picks can be hard to get here.
Yeah.
Brad asked about the Old Forester Green Label.
The
Old Forester Single Barrel Proof. Those are great ryes too. Every time I drank those, like when I first opened them, I don't particularly like them. I have to let them sit and open up before I really start to enjoy them.
Yeah.
I think they need a little bit of time with some air to really open up on Foresters.
I think we've stopped picking up like the blue label in favor of the green labels, just because the blue labels drink so hot.
Like unforgivingly hot.
Yeah.
It depends which one you get, because I've got some fantastic blue labels too. I've got about 14 different bottles of them though, but some of them are really, really fantastic. Now, one of my favorite Old Foresters are really the black label. When you get those single barrel
Yeah.
100 proofs, I think they're just completely full of flavor and they have no heat. But they still could have all the flavor you would expect from barrel proof. So I'm a big fan of the black labels.
Do you follow Bourbon Chronicles?
No, not familiar with that.
So Bourbon Chronicles, we used to watch when we were like first kind of coming up in the whiskey tube lane, and he did a lot of like store videos and like just kind of bopping around. He's like very close to New Riff, and he was trying to get us in on a pick with him, and we unfortunately just couldn't do it at the time because we had just come back from Kentucky. But he's looking into getting a black label, and he's looking to kind of split it with a group for some sort of pick that you guys have going on in Ohio. I mean, we could reach out to him if you guys are interested or you want to learn more about it.
Sure, I'd like to hear more about it. I know Bourbon and Balls is down in that area. That's a channel that I follow, and I've had them on my show. They're right there. They're really close to Cincinnati, which is right there by New Riff.
Nice. Yeah, we actually stopped over there on our trip to Kentucky. We went all the way from Louisville all the way out to Cincinnati for like, we were there for like 4 hours total, like between Newport and Cincinnati.
Yeah, to go to Party Source.
Yeah, and then
Party Source. Yeah.
Yeah, we ended up running into. Sorry, go ahead.
Someone asked if there's an Old Forester warehouse that's preferred. Yes, Warehouse K. So when you're looking for the single barrels, you're looking for Warehouse K when you're talking about Old Forester. Just kind of like with the Jack Daniels, you're looking to find those ones that are like the 018 through 13, whatever, for Coy Hill.
I think we've had some good ones also from, what was it, H? I think H is also
Warehouse
heat cycled.
H, yeah. As long as they're heat cycled and they can like keep that consistent flavor, it's so much better.
Yeah, but the K tends, the ones I've run across, K tends to be the best.
Yeah.
Consistent is the best.
Yeah, I think that we just respond better to the heat cycled kind of distillery approach. It's not always great, but the ones that we love that do it are like your Michter's, your Old Forester. There was one more. I can't remember who did it. I guess technically still Austin is heat cycled, although it's not controlled. They just let Texas do Texas. But yeah, like we love that kind of stuff.
Trevor says that Bourbon Chronicles is in his neck of the woods. He's over by Covington. So that area.
Yeah, he's a cool dude. We ended up meeting him in Chicago and just kind of, chit-chatted for a little bit.
Took him to our honey holes.
Yeah. Did a little bit of like an impromptu like bourbon excursion. I think we took him to like 3 different places. Yeah.
2.
Well, we met him at 1. Yeah. And then we took him to 2 places. Yeah, he's a cool dude. You should definitely check out his channel and just.
He normally does hunting videos, right?
Yeah. I'll have to go check it out.
Okay. Yeah, because I used to watch his hunting videos all the time, and then I think there was like a little lull in him. I haven't seen him as much, and then I'll see him every now and then, and I'm like, hey, there he is. Or I'll be like, hey, I was at that one Kentucky event too. I was like, oh, I guess he was there too. So
yeah, he does some crazy videos of like people's collections. Like he went to someone's house that had like I think $1 million worth of whiskey in it. Which
so he had like 5 Pappies, is what you're saying.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to tally up how much our room is worth.
Don't do it.
I'm not.
Don't do it.
No.
Yeah, I use Whiskey Shelf, and it does that where it gives you the value. So you can always, like when you scan the bottle and stuff, you can go look and see what it's supposed to add up to.
See,
but that's not what you paid for. That's the value.
Yeah. We know that people do that. I think that we've intentionally like played forgetful about it.
Like, oops.
We're like, yeah, I don't know. I can tell you how many bottles I have. I don't want to attach a price point to it.
Yeah. We're moving in the spring, and I am not excited to move probably 500 bottles. Oof. It is going to be.
That's going to be a pain carrying all that and stacking them up, and then trying to. when you get there, trying to get everything back out and reorganized.
Yep.
That's going to be a lot
Yeah, we made
for sure.
I had to go from like bringing all my bottles there, and then I had to make this bar and shelf and all that. I put it all up, and then I was like, actually, I'm gonna take it down because I got to put lights up underneath the bar.
Yeah.
yeah.
Which is a whole like a lot. But I had
In
not
there.
a bottle. I've yet to lose a bottle. I've lost a Glencairn once, but other than that, that's my only fatality so
That's
far.
not bad.
Yeah.
And it was one I had 2 of.
That's not bad at all. You haven't dropped any bottles. That's good.
Yeah. We
Yeah, Brad's saying he was in a hunting video with me. Yeah, Brad we went to a place down in Kentucky, one of my Patreons when I was down there last time, and he went in the hunting video with me. And this place was one of those ridiculous ones where, you know, they had William LaRue Weller, but it was like $1,800 and stuff like that. It was,
no, thank you.
yeah, they have some of those stores in Kentucky are ridiculous.
Well,
In Chicago too, especially like if we go, especially for our hunting videos, we'll probably go to 6 or 7 stores to pick like the right one.
sometimes,
It happens more than often, or more
often than not.
yeah.
There's
exactly.
some days where we'll drive like 8 to 10 hours and we'll be like, all right, I guess we're pivoting to do something else this week.
Yeah, but there are so many like little liquor stores here where you walk in and they have like a Weller single barrel and they're like, it's $700. And you're like, no, it's not.
Sounds like Kentucky. Yeah, in Ohio, everything's price controlled because it's controlled by the state. The problem is nothing's going to sit on the
Oh,
shelf.
Yeah.
for sure.
So what you have to do here to get allocated bottles, you have to know like when the store like gets their delivery and when they release, and people will go line up hours before to get the drop, you know. And then like they will do special drops like they did a few weeks ago, where it's like announced the day of, like today at 6 p.m. these bottles are gonna drop, and so you kind of just gotta get to the nearest place and get in line. So but the good thing is it's all price controlled. So like when I got I picked up a Rock Hill Farms and it was $80 or whatever the MSRP is, you know, and the CYPB was $70, you know. So I like it being price controlled. I mean, you have to wait in line or whatever. I'm okay with that. I'd rather hunt that way than have to go pay $1,000 for a bottle.
And all the rare stuff you can lottery with. So you're like, all right, at least all the big ticket items that you're like probably with people waiting for like a day or two to try to get, you're like, at least it's just a lottery that I'll never win, but at least you can have a chance so you can sleep in for it, I guess. But yeah.
Do we have good stories for you?
Yeah.
So the way that they do it in Chicago, like they basically, people that are really skilled at bourbon hunting just figure out the specific days for like stores. So like, let's say grocery stores are usually like Monday and Tuesday. I'm not giving the actual days because I don't want people to start to harass these places if they're in the Chicago area.
You just have to combine like days together. Be like, it's what Thursday.
Yeah, it's they go on what Thursday and what Tuesday. So like people will figure it out. They know when like the distributor truck is coming. They know the exact time frames that they're coming. And then there's like 3 different lanes of people. There's one that we call the sweatpants mafia. Those are people that basically will leave the car running. Maybe there's somebody in it. I don't know. And then they'll like stroll in with like sweatpants and like Crocs on. And they'll be like, you got the thing? And they'll be like, no, that's fine. I'll wait. And then they'll just like stand by the counter with like their phone and just be like, is it in yet? No? All right, I'll wait. And then there's like the shelf lurkers, people that are like peeking over and they're like, is it out? Is it out yet?
Yeah.
So
and the people that wait outside for the trucks.
Yeah, and then that's the third group, the people that are following the trucks around because they know where it comes out of on what days, and then they just start like sending information.
But that's also hilarious. Like to think that someone's going to get a delivery and then instantly put it on the shelves. Yeah. Like, no, you have to do inventory.
Well, they got to at least scan it into their inventory.
It's like people that do not understand the distribution of anything. Like the minute you get cilantro in your grocery store, is it instantly out on like in the store? No,
you have to receive it, do inventory. Right. You have to account for how much you have, and then you start to like distribute it. But these people clearly don't get it because they've either never worked retail or like they just see other people as barriers to the stuff that they want. But like, some rep distributors have started to like send out information to people, and like people will come in and they'll be like, I know you got it. Here's like a screenshot of your invoice. And I'm like, that's cool. You're never going to get anything again.
That's ridiculous.
No.
And then we do raffles here, but like it's kind of up to the individual store.
Yeah.
So like Garfield's is like I'd say like a medium chain here in terms of like how much access they have. And they'll do, I mean, it used to be like once a year, but now they're doing it like almost
4
every
times.
month.
Yeah. Oh, every month? I thought it was 4 times.
I mean, there've been like 4 already since
crazy.
like December. So they'll just throw out like Pappies and like old Fitz decanters and stuff like that. And people go to them usually in like the hundreds. You'll see like a bunch of people that'll bring like their mom and their grandma and their brother-in-law, like anything to help them win. And then Binny's decided to do a BTAC raffle for the first time last year. And they rushed it out at like the 11th hour. It was very poorly received. It was so bad.
You should see the Kroger drop we went to down in Devin's covering his ears because of how horrific it was.
Poor Devin.
It's terrible.
They had like 250 wristbands to give out.
Oh,
and like
God.
1,500 people showed up. I mean, it was a disaster.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Tracy, I just wanted to answer one of your questions you had. You asked if Whiskey Shelf does like tequila and rum and all that. I don't believe so. I think it's just set up for whiskey. I don't think it does like the other non-whiskey spirits. And Trevor said he's ready to stand in line 8 hours for a JD14, and I'll be standing there with you because I'll stand in line to get another one too.
I mean, we're very spoiled here. I don't know if we would be willing to wait 8 hours, but
I think that it really depends on your state because Illinois is known for mobsters. Like this is a relationship kind of state, and it's always been that way. And we've never had to like wait in line. We've had like Walmart drops where you can like stand in line for hours.
Oh my God.
But, like
they were wrapping Pappy Van Winkle with Benchmark as a bundle.
I was like, yeah, done. We didn't go. So I'm like, yeah, come on. Why wouldn't you pay an extra $8 for Pappy?
Right.
Yeah, if you're getting it MSRP,
Right.
Exactly.
but you guys are not price controlled, right? So they could sell it for whatever they want.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then like
Correct.
to make matters worse, these dumb taters are trying to rip the Benchmark off to get the Pappy. And I'm like, is $20 extra too much for you?
Instead of spending, I don't know,
Right,
$1,000.
That's less I get. They're thinking that's less money I'll get when I flip it. I can't have to pay that extra 20.
That's true.
You know that's probably what they're going to do.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Or something like that. I've seen that before, but nothing. Or like it's just a benchmark, and you're like, really? That's what you're gonna get me with? Okay, sure.
Right?
Fine. Easy.
What is the premier Benchmark line? Not move in your market? Cool. Tell me when it's going on end to bin, and I'll buy your entire stock.
Yeah, David brings up here in Ohio, we'll do lines. So you know that like Store X is going to opens at 9 a.m. and on Wednesday, and that's when they sell their allocated bottles. So people will show up at like 6 a.m. to start getting in line, and they'll put out chairs normally. Like you put out a chair kind of as your placeholder while you sit in your car. But there's some people who put out like an ice scraper or a glove or like a shoe. I mean, you see all kinds of. It's like a flip flop. Yeah. Flip flop as a placeholder.
That sounds like a Chicago winter here when you're trying to save your car spot on the seat, like on the street. People will put lawn chairs
Or like a milk crate.
and people will get pissed off if they move it.
That's funny. So tonight we're doing our Patreon giveaway. We do a monthly giveaway. I'm going to go ahead and give that away real fast. Tonight we're giving away a sample of Old Charter Oak, the French oak.
Nice.
One of those hard to get Buffalo Trace bottles.
Well,
so we're going to be giving away a 2-ounce sample. What'd you say, Devin?
12 years old too. It's age dated on the back.
Yep.
12 year?
So I'm going to share my screen real quick to go ahead and spin the wheel. So we're going to spin.
Bucket of rope. He's fine. Dude, we love your comments. Your comments are a little unhinged.
I love it.
Paul. So Paul will sample. My followers and the people in our comments. Oh no! Did I lose everybody? All right, yeah.
No, you're
so
still
we have
here.
a bunch of
I can still
degenerates
hear you.
following us.
I feel like in comparison, our fan base is like super soft and mild.
I know. They're so sweet.
I like the spicy drama, but most of the time the people are just like, that's really cool. Oh, that's awesome. Great job, guys. Stuff like that. And we're like, that's cool. I'm like, what? Be in the chat. Come on, say stuff. Like,
No, I love our patrons because they're just like
No,
so sweet.
we're
And they're
a
like, you
bunch
got
of
that
people-
bottle? Amazing. I'm so happy for you. And you're like, yes, that's the community I want to build.
Our people are all degenerates. They're a bunch of trunk sample drinking degenerates.
yeah.
Right, Brad?
That's so funny.
I want a little bit more drama.
Okay, can we give Chris a little drama? And I will take all the sweet people.
What about this? We'll do an audience trade. You offer our channel one degenerate, and we'll offer you one like voice of reason for your channel.
We can send him over here and he'll be chased away by the degenerates.
Oh,
No, our kind of person will be like,
I'm just joking.
no, they'll be like,
groups
no,
are
I
really,
need to prove a
fun.
point.
They're a real fun group. Yeah, no, our group's a real fun group. They're just, like to have fun. So
yeah.
I love meeting up with people. We met up with a bunch of our like Patreons and stuff down in Kentucky. We had a good time.
Somebody feels
So,
attacked in
that's
the
why I
chat
like
right
doing
now.
I know. I
when
saw
we-
that comment.
I feel attacked. That's Brad. He likes to drink all the trunk samples. That's why I
don't know
like
what
doing
a
the
truck
Patreons
sample is,
for our
but I'm
barrel
into
pits.
it. What was
So
that?
when I travel, I carry this box of 2-ounce samples, and if somebody recognizes me from the channel when I'm out, I let them draw draw blind of a sample, so they get to pick a 2-ounce sample, and I have a bunch of good stuff in there. It's kind of like just a little incentive for people who recognize us.
I
Nice.
might steal that from you.
I love that.
We did a barrel pick, and Brad, we did a bottle share after back at our hotel, and Brad was asking about the samples in the trunk, so I went and got my sample box and brought it in, and we drank every sample in the box. There's like 30 samples in there.
Oh my god.
That sounds like a fun
So-
time.
Maybe 5 or 6 people. Then. All right. Well, I got a busy day tomorrow. We got to do more. We drank.
No, but we got a great group. They're a lot of fun to hang out with. So,
They seem
but yeah, so
amazing.
I mean, guys watching, go check out their channel, give them a follow. I've checked out your channel because I was looking when we were doing our road trip. I started looking at different channels doing bourbon hunting videos outside of the states I normally go to. That's how I kind of came across your guys' channel. So and
Nice.
I've been watching since. So
We
go
appreciate
check these guys out.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Um,
And were you also on a feature sometime last year? Like, were you on the Whiskey Tribe one?
Whiskey Tribe, no. Mm-mm.
There was some feature, like I remember your backdrop, I remember your face, I remember seeing you in something.
Yeah, so somebody put together a conglomeration video of a bunch of different types of bottles. Like they were talking about, I can't remember which bottle it was, but they talk about a bunch of different bottles from different distilleries, and they took part of one of my videos. I think it was for a Cream of Kentucky.
Oh.
And when they were talking about Cream of Kentucky, they used the clip from my video. So you recognize probably you see the barrel head and stuff.
Yeah.
They just took the clip from my video and put it in their video they put together.
Yeah,
I don't remember who it was, though.
I've definitely had
I don't
some
know.
deja vu.
Whiskey Tribe, I don't remember.
I've had some deja vu recently where I'm like, I know you from something outside of your videos. Like I know you from something outside of seeing your name pop up in chats. I'm like, where do I know you from? Like where have I seen you? So that actually really makes sense because when Cream of Kentucky was coming out this last year, I like kept on looking for information. I was on Instagram. I was trying to figure out like a bunch of stuff, and I saw something in a reel. So that definitely checks out. I feel validated that this isn't just like kind of reaching out for like,
I
how
can't
do
remember.
I know you?
I can't remember who put it out, but someone put out a video that did like a bunch of different bottles, and they have my Cream of Kentucky clip in there. So I don't remember who it was. That's probably what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We're just stuck with the terrible rye of Cream of Kentucky,
Oh my
never the
God.
bourbon.
Have you tried the bonded rye?
It's so bad.
I have a single barrel Cream of Kentucky. I have the single barrel bottled and bond.
Is that the
7.5 year
one? The Jim Rutledge
Yes, the
bonded,
Rutledge. Yeah.
the single
Yeah.
varietal rye.
Yeah.
Are you a fan of it?
It's okay. It's unique. It has like some really weird fruity notes. The only thing I didn't like about it, it has some graininess to it.
Yep,
But
a lot of
it's
grain.
definitely different.
We got
it's
a lot of
different
like
for sure.
the regular shelfer, like that one is so mentholated where I was just like, I feel like I'm just drinking Vicks at this point. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was like,
it's not
and
bad,
it's
it's
down the
different.
drain.
I wouldn't buy another one, I think, because of the price. So, but I got it just because I didn't have it. I wanted to try it. So
Yeah.
I
I
did that
was
with a lot
like
of bottles.
super, like we're big whiskey nerds. In case it's not already apparent to your audience here.
I hate whiskey. I'm
we're-
really into gin.
Yeah. Aw,
Oh,
Yeah,
thank you, Ray.
yeah, we love
Appreciate
this
it.
guy. We're actually going to be picking some stuff up from Ray this coming weekend, so we're actually really excited.
Very
he's
nice,
awesome.
Ray.
He was an early adopter for our channel, and we're like super happy and excited to have him. And we finally get to meet him in person, which is awesome.
Awesome.
But so like we're super big whiskey nerds. When it comes to like looking at like the science behind it, like how do you figure out like what variety you want to use? Like what's the difference between like an amalgamation of like 40 different types of rye versus like one? So like I went down a rabbit hole for probably about 3 hours about like rye varieties and like single usage. And at the time there wasn't really anything.
No.
There was just the Cream of Kentucky bonded rye with the Ryman rye. And then shortly after that, New Riff came out with the Balboa.
And the winter
Balboa's great.
rye.
Yeah,
I like
so,
both
like,
those. I like the winter and the Balboa.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we like started to just do a deep dive on like, okay, how cool is it to do single variety of anything? And that kind of got us to broaden our horizons to like more rye, trying like more unique grains and like more unique styles. Like the Still Austin stuff, I know some people are split on it. Like the idea of like, oh, it's young, stuff like that. Like age is relative to conditions, right? Like time, pressure, heat, and like exposure to wood. Like
you could also have something that's really old and just does not taste amazing either, where it's like overly oaked.
yeah,
Over
like
for sure.
20 years in Scotland is not the same as 20 years in like Kentucky.
Yeah.
So like
right, because of the heat cycle and stuff like that, like temperature variations and
yeah, exactly. And like we know a local distiller that we talked to him for our Judson and Moore video. If you saw our tour for that, I know it was like 40 minutes. It's kind of a dedicated watch, but it's really cool because one of our cut clips from it, he was like, you know, I have distiller friends that are in Texas and they're aging stuff for like 7-8 years. And then they open up the barrel and there's nothing in it. Like, what are we doing here? Like everything is kind of relative to where you are and the conditions that you're in.
Yeah.
Well, that's like Detling. I mean, the Detling stuff, the heat,
is
the amount of heat they go through in Alabama, it does the same thing.
Yep.
Trevor says he's good to experience a truck sample. Trevor, you just need to catch me when I'm down. I usually announce like when we're going to be around the area. Like I'll be in Louisville on the 12th and traveling back through, but you've got to catch me out. I always stop at Party Source.
It's so cool over there.
Are you a truck driver by trade?
No.
Okay.
No, I was going to ask. Me and my wife. My daughter is a senior in college, and since she left off to go off to college, my wife and I just do a lot of traveling.
Oh my gosh,
So like last year we did I think we did a dozen trips to Kentucky last year.
Wow.
So
I'm jealous.
yeah, we just go down a lot and do a lot of traveling. So it's not that I'm a truck driver. I'm an IT person.
Okay. Yeah.
Nice.
I'm in the data side, but the one thing, I don't know if you've seen it while you were down there.
Oh my God, you're gonna spill the beans.
I know, we have to spill the beans.
Okay. Do you know about let's see, there we go. Barrel House?
I've heard of Barrel House. I'm not that familiar with it.
Okay, so when I said we went down to Party Source and we spent there like an hour and a half maybe?
We were good, like 2 hours there.
All right, that's fair. So there's a lot of rumors and misinformation about this brand, like a lot. Like other people have mentioned them, like even your mom's on here. That's funny. your most recent comment is your mom.
Thank you, Mom.
So there's a lot of misinformation, and SLB reviewed these guys at one point in time, and they're like, I don't know, like
that might be where I've
like,
seen them.
What's that?
Yeah, that's
It might be
probably
where
where you
I saw
saw
it.
it.
Yeah. And they didn't have a lot of information, so they were like, I don't know, like this tastes like a farty apricot, and they're like, what is that note? And then I think it was Troy was like, yeah, I don't think I've ever had an apricot before. They're like, what are you doing? Like, you can't name something you've never had as a tasting note. Like, that's like me saying it tastes like ambrosia. And you're like, well, what is that? I'm like, I don't know, like a vegetable salad or something. Like maybe throw some yogurt or some like pudding on it. But this stuff is amazing. This stuff is relatively small batch. It's coming out of Lexington. They've been doing this since 2008. I think.
Wait a minute.
2009.
Are they next to Old Pepper? Are they the distillery that's next to Old Pepper? I've
There's
actually
like
been there.
4, yeah.
When we did the Bourbon Trail, we went in there.
Did you try
Yeah,
all
so
their stuff?
No, we didn't do a tasting there. We just kind of went and visited and stuff. But we didn't do a tasting.
You got to do
Do it.
You got to do it. So
I'll be in Lexington. I'll be in Lexington in May doing a barrel pick at Wilderness Trail. So maybe I'll stop by.
We absolutely love Wilderness Trail. We're like the biggest fans for what they're doing. And we went all the way down to Danville just to check it out. Like one of our second trip to Kentucky.
First trip.
That's right. It was the first trip. We did like a whole path, like the bourbon capital, went down to like the Beaumont Inn because I've met Dixon Deadman before. I love
Kentucky Owl. Yeah.
I love him as a person. So I wanted to check out his history. And then we went all the way down to Wilderness, and I was like, wow, there's literally nothing around here. And they were like, yeah, we're building rick houses on the fly. Like, I don't know. We have 5 in production and 3 more planned for next year. And then we saw that they sold out to Campari, and I was like, that checks out. You guys are mass producing.
Blowing up. Yeah.
So I'm doing a barrel pick at Wilderness Trail with another channel, Cast 529. I actually won a spot. They're doing the barrel pick, and I won a spot to be on their pick team.
Nice.
So if you haven't checked them out, go out. Cast 529. They're another Ohio channel that I do a lot with. Really great people.
Nice.
And we plan to go to Lexington, while we're down that way, because you're not that far from Lexington when you're down there in Danville.
For sure,
Yeah.
Yeah. So we plan to hop over there because our favorite restaurant in Kentucky is in Lexington. So we're going to go there to eat. So maybe we'll drop by the Barrel House.
You'll have to tell us offline so that it's not blown up.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. But this brand is 100% worth checking out. And they do make a highly allocated version of this that they release like 300 bottles every 6 months. And at most, you're able to get like maybe 2. And we were talking to the head of sales when we were there, and he's like, you want to try everything? And I was like, dude, this is what we're here to get. Like, I heard everything from your brand is amazing. And we'll do a little sneak peek here. We normally don't do this because we like to keep the secret for our end of month bottle hauls, but this is from them. This is Rock Castle. This is the best stuff that doesn't leave Kentucky.
It'll never leave Kentucky.
Absolutely not. So we weren't able to find it at the one liquor barn that we went to. And then we started talking to the head of sales about it. And he was like, oh, okay, like you guys seem like earnest and honest, like you really like the stuff. You're here to find it. Like you're not going to find it on a shelf, but I'll let you have a sample of it. And it was some of the best stuff we've ever had. Like I would put it above 90% of the things that we've tried.
I would say
you got my interest. You got my interest. At least I'm gonna have to try it. Now I'm gonna have to make sure I stop by there and give it a try. You've piqued my interest.
Please do.
So April 15th and October 15th is when they do their releases.
When is it? I'm sorry.
April 15th and October 15th.
Okay.
So I'll be there in May. I'll be in that area, so it might be a little bit late, but I'll see what they have.
We might have a honey hole for you.
Yeah, we'll talk off camera.
Okay.
We were told it would be impossible to find, and we couldn't find it on any shelf for any of the local spots that we checked out. And then we found one place that had like a case that nobody cared about. So we grabbed like 2 of them and brought them home.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also
Trevor,
love Devin's expressions. I just keep seeing it.
He's just mad because he hasn't had alcohol in a couple of months now.
Oh.
Won't be able to have it for quite a while.
I'd be mad too.
Your liver is so happy with you. Just do some like milk thistle too. You'll be golden.
Yep.
Trevor,
when I get back and whatnot, and I'm sure I'll be looking for some bottles in the meantime to hold over my bottle haul when I get home or whatever. So
Yeah, let's go.
But yeah, if you guys find any, let me know. So.
Will do.
Trevor, so our last barrel pick, Brad did not win a spot, but he still showed up because afterwards we went back to the hotel and had a bottle share and stuff. So yeah, if you want to just come meet us and hang out with people, I'll tell you where we're going to be staying if you send me a message or something. And you're welcome to come. If you're not on the pick, you can still hang out after.
You know, I would really like to do a multi-channel meetup too. I think that would be cool if like we all, by like some weird form of like serendipity, decided to all go to Kentucky around the same exact time. And then we just do like one big meetup for like maybe 2, 3, 4 channels. And then just have all of our audiences just like basically come to one giant bottle share.
If you're really interested, we're having a meetup. There's a meetup being set up by Cast 529 at New Riff in their Aquafire. And like they're going to be there. Bourbon and Balls is going to be there. I think Life on the Patio is going to be there.
Nice.
And I'm still trying to see if I'm free on that weekend. But we're doing a meetup there at New Riff. We've already done one, and this will be the second one.
I know we're on a live stream, but I really want to look at the logo for Bourbon and Balls because I have something really distinct in my head, but I know it's going to be the complete opposite. It's going to be like basketballs.
Yeah, it's sports, bourbon and sports.
Yeah. But I have a different idea of something much cooler.
That's the kind of bourbon I don't think I want if it's got that kind of balls with it.
Yeah, there's always the episode. This looks like a bicep. He's like, dude, it doesn't look like a bicep.
Like Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Yeah, you're right. He's got the flyer. It's kind of like
funny.
this.
That is a really good opportunity for a spot for Manscaped though.
Yeah, it really is.
Right.
You just have
God.
You just have like a basketball and you're like, did this ever happen to you? And you start to trim it and it just pops. And you're like, won't ever happen with Manscaped.
Right. Yeah, or even better, even when you're drinking bourbon, you can use Manscaped.
Disclaimer, please don't do this while drinking bourbon. That's fun. I love that.
Yeah.
We're definitely going to have to check out some of these channels because I don't think they show up in our algorithm
They
yet.
don't.
Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe I know some of them from following, like I follow one channel and then I see them interacting with another, and that's kind of how I found some of these guys. But most of these they're Ohio and Kentucky channels, so it's like a lot in that area. Like Whiskey Weather, he's down in Cincinnati.
Yeah,
and some of these
we
other
follow
guys.
That one.
Okay.
Yeah, the whole
well, my
thing is so
battery
weird.
is getting low.
Oh,
My battery's getting low, so I think we're gonna have to sign off. But thank you so much for joining us this week. I really appreciate it. If you guys want to talk offline about anything, you got my contact information. And absolutely. And anytime we'll do this again sometime. you guys want.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us. This was super fun.
Yeah, and we'd love to have you on our channel as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely, anytime. Just let me know, when you're thinking, and I'll make it happen. Devin, thank you for joining us from the Army base, wherever you're at.
Devin, keep us safe from aliens. Thank you.
Yeah, right.
And we'll be rooting for you while you're gone, and hopefully I'll see you when you do come back in a few months for the birth of your baby. So,
Oh,
yeah,
congrats.
But thanks everybody for joining us tonight. We had a pretty good turnout, and always appreciate the comments. Love you guys in the chat. And Devin, remember, until the next time, the best bourbon or whiskey,
The one you like the most.
all right, thanks everybody, and we'll be seeing you.
Yep. See you guys.
Bye all.